Greetings and hello, fellow Fangan Gamers. It's me, Arashi, one of the co-developers of Fangan Nation, and currently working on Danganronpa New Despair. Today, we're going to be doing part 2 of our How to Draw Danganronpa characters and sprites, line and blending. Also, I wanted to note, I do want to apologize for it being over a year of Fangan Nation being on, and no development at all. It honestly sucks, and I really apologize for it. I really hope that this video and the other videos we're going to post in the upcoming weeks will make up for it. Anyways, hopefully you guys do enjoy this video, and this one is going to be quite long as there are many parts to it. There is going to be the line and blending, and then I'm also going to be teaching you guys how to do other kinds of stuff. I'm sorry, this isn't really scripted, but anyways, let's get started. We're going to be just teaching you about how to do the lines and what types of forms you can do with blending. Currently, I'm working on a character, Sayuri Akaishimaru, the ultimate cheerleader, in our fan game Danganronpa New Despair. I kinda already started the line work and totally forgot to record it. So I guess we're gonna start off how to do the lines. As you can see, instead of using Psy, I am using paint. Sorry about that. I'm using Clip Studio Paint. So the brushes are a bit different. However, you can still make your own brushes here, and you can just grab the settings from the paint tool side brushes and move them onto here. Usually, you want to start off with the sketch, and one thing I do want to say is the sketch does not have to be perfect. You know, because if you try and make it too perfect, you're just gonna waste your more time on sketching, and then when you do the line art, you're gonna feel as if like your sketch looks way better. Of course, if you just want to go sketch and then paint, that's up to you. However, I'm just gonna teach you lines over the sketch. So you want to grab your dense watercolor, also known as your line brush, from the previous video. I'll also link the previous video in the description below. But with paint tool side users, use a dense watercolor and copy down the settings that are listed on the video. Now what I'm going to be doing first is I'm going to be starting to line up my stuff. Just follow your sketching and everything else with that. I'm going to make it speed up really quick, and I'll see you guys when it's done. Hey, and we're back from painting our stuff. Well, lining. Sorry if it took so long. I didn't really know how long the video should be. It is like what, over 20 minutes, so I kind of needed to cut everything a little short, but this is the line work I have for now. I did want, before I continued teaching you guys how to color, I did wanted to teach you guys how to add the flash effects. For Clip Studio Paint users, I recommend getting the oil flat brush and then copying the settings that I have down below. And then what you want to do is, when doing motions, whether it be a hand or an object, you want the flashes going the opposite direction. With Sayuri's example, when she's moving her hand and the pom-pom up, the flashes are going down. When a character is kicking to the left or moving their hand to the left, you want the flash to come towards the right to represent the movement had came from that direction. Because if you do it the opposite direction, it's gonna look like she's coming down with the pom-pom instead of looking up. So you want to, or rising it up. So you want to make sure, depending on where you want to move your flash, is where the hand used to be. So if you're going to, if your hand is towards the left and the flash is coming towards the left, that means that the hand was originally a little farther than before. Anyways, with all that rambling done, I did want to teach you guys the coloring. Of course, I needed to readjust the shoe a little bit. And one thing I want to say before we continue, it's always good to do digital. Or what I find really cool about digital drawing in general is that you can just readjust any proportion mistake that you made. Here, the shoe was a little too small. I made her one foot look normal and the other one look disoriented because of her body proportions. But you can just readjust it whenever you want. And even when you finish painting it, you can still add those quick readjustments, so it won't be too wonky in a sense. So besides that, we're gonna start adding in the base color. Usually when you add a base color, I would recommend doing a dark color for the base, or you can add a dark background. The reason why also, if you see in the video, the paint tool slide thing, I had it open because I did want to grab a picture and compare it to this current one I'm drawing, because I drew Sayuri about a year ago and now this is a redraw for it. But besides that, I'm going to teach you guys the 3 blending drawing tools, tips, whatever you guys want to call it. The first one I want to teach you is the shade and gray scale and then blending it. I think you guys have probably seen other artists do this, but they usually grab a white or gray color and then start blending in everything together. So usually what you want to do is you want to grab the color that you want, and I would leave a link in the description of showing you guys what colors to use based on skin and clothes. For this, I'm kind of going to go like with a peachy tone. So what I'm doing is using the face as white and then adding kind of a darker gray to it, so that way the shading won't be too bad in a sense. And you want to make sure when you do it, you want to know where your light source is coming from, because if it looks like it's coming from everywhere, it's gonna look like a mess, as you can see here. But since it's a quick sketch, we don't have to worry too much about it. So after you finish kind of blending in everything together, what you want to do is grab the color that you want, make another layer, clip it to the one that you painted on, color it, and then you click multiply, and then you have your colors. It's kind of tannish, but I think it looks pretty cool. The second one I want to teach you is the coloring in one layer. This one I recommend practicing a lot, doing warm-ups of it, or you can even do it realistically when painting on a canvas. With me, I had, during my AP art year, I had to paint so much on canvas. It was disgusting, but it really helped with the Danganronpa style, because most of the things that the main Danganronpa artist does, whose name I kind of forgot because it's really late in the night, but he kind of just brings everything together in one layer and just paints. This is why I would say going on a canvas and practicing yourself, so when you go digital it won't be as hard. But if you really want to capture that Danganronpa finesse, I recommend for Clip Studio Paint users going with the oil paint and then going over it, what you painted with a smooth watercolor to smooth everything out. And for side users, use the dense watercolor and then go over with the smooth watercolor. The third one, I didn't really know what to name it at first, but I ended up calling it the base color and different layers. I guess this is what you usually do with any type of art style, or commonly used, where you have a base layer that holds all your colors together, and what you do is you clip every single one on there, so that way you don't paint over the line on accident. And it's really useful, especially when doing skin, is because let's say you have the base layer or the base color, a skin tone, and you want to add a shade. You want to make a new layer, clip it, click multiply, and I would recommend going to if you're using a peach or a normal anime skin color, I recommend going to the red, going to the gray, and moving down just a little bit, and then blending in the colors. But here I'm just teaching with grays and stuff because it's kind of easier for me. Anyways, I added a little cute face on the ball so it wouldn't look so empty and plain. Anyways, those are the 3 type of blending styles. I do apologize if I'm rambling a little too much. Yeah, but right now I'm gonna make the video just a little bit faster for you, so you won't have to waste too much time and probably knock out with how slow this video is going to be. But I'm gonna try using all 3 methods. The first one I'm gonna be doing is the grayscale. Her hair is kind of like a reddish color, more ginger, I guess. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be coloring the hair, and whatever isn't the hair, I'm just going to erase, such as the bow and then her ear. If you feel like you erase a little too much, just go back with the color and then recolor it. This is where I'm going to go on Paint Tool side and open the original drawing I had so I can get reference for her color. So I usually use an orange. Oh, wrong layer. So I usually grab an orange and I click multiply, and then because of that, it gives it that nice orangey tone to it. Also, you don't always have to clip it. You can just kind of just do it yourself like that, and then make it your own little multiply layer. But what I did was I colored it in, and then once I do, I kind of merge it together to give it that one layer effect. At the same time, what's good about it is, sorry for all the rambling, that with the gray background, you're able to see those little mistakes that you couldn't really see when you add the color to it. So if there's an empty space, you could just go back and fill it in when you needed to. What else was I gonna say? Oh, sorry about that. Now I think this is where I start working on the skin. Oh, actually, my bad. This is when I start blending. Sorry about that. So I'm using the reference from the Danganronpa V3 because it's the most current art piece that I have seen so far. So what I usually do for Clip Studio Paint users, I would recommend going the oil paint brush and start blending in together. I always recommend going back and forth between your reference and your actual Danganronpa drawing, because sometimes you might feel as if you have that small little mistake and you don't quite know what it is, so you want to go back and refer to the original piece so you know that, hey, when you finish, it looks kind of similar to it. It doesn't have to look exactly like his. I would recommend when you're doing your fan game or just doing the sprites in general, you do want to say the art style and painting style was by the original artist, and you do want to make sure you kind of credit him and say, hey, this is a Danganronpa fan character, or not saying like, hey, this is my original character and my original style, because that's disrespectful to the main artist. Right now I'm just kind of coloring everything in, and this is when I'm gonna start using the second, which is what I'm used to, the third, I apologize, with the different layers and the base color. The base color I used was white, and then I kind of just added all the layers above and clipped it, started coloring everything in. The this is where I'm kind of gonna shut up and just let you guys watch this nice, smooth speed paint. Hey guys, so now that I kind of finished her whole concept design, I did want to show you the drawing that I did a year ago for Sayuri, her original art. This was her a year ago when my proportions and painting style was pretty wonky and I didn't really know too much, and this is it now. I think I am going to stop the video here because it is quite long. So this is part A of part 2, lining and blending. And hopefully part B, lining and blending, will be out soon. I honestly don't know how soon. Probably in a week from the day I upload it. Hopefully sooner. I do really want it to be sooner because I know you guys really were trying hard to find these type of videos. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Fangan Nation, here and out.